Oh, no gobble today. Oh well. So this is the right turn signal power wire. As you can see, my truck, I have the hazard lights on. Right turn signal is obviously working. Left turn signal on the trailer is working, but not the right. So I tried to get power out of this lead. I couldn't get it to register on the lamp. I cut off the heat shrink, and I just held the two wires together so that there's no problems. It still won't work. This I left this way because I was just going to cover it with goop and solder it in here. But this is the left turn signal leads, and if I shove these two together, the turn signal works. So this brand new line that I just ran, spent an hour running it really right and hooking everything up and putting rubber grommets in so it doesn't get squished or cut or chafed on anything, yada yada yada. Somewhere along the way, that brand new wire is compromised. And I checked it at the plug. It has power at the plug. Anyway, this is one solid line from the end of the trailer to here, well, right up to here. This is the end of that brand new line. There are no splices anywhere else in the line, and it's junk. So where this runs through the trailer frame, I had a piece of fuel line over it to keep it from chafing. So first I cut it here to see if I had power. I still didn't have power. So somewhere from this section to the truck, the end of the trailer, didn't have power. So I cut it over here next, and from this point to the plug I do have power. So somewhere in this section I didn't have power. Now what I did was I cut a new piece of green line because I have a 100-foot roll that I'm rapidly using up. This is actually a little bit bigger wiring too, not that it matters. So next what I did, just because I'm paranoid of it now, I took my test light, I hooked the alligator clip end to the positive side of the battery on the truck, touched this end of the cable, or excuse me, end of the wire with the probe part of the test light, and then I pushed the other end of the wire onto the negative post of the battery, thereby adding a light bulb to the circuit, and the light bulb lit up. So I know for a fact this wire has continuity and enough amperage going through it to run a light bulb. On that topic, you can have continuity where you have voltage. Like if I was chasing this problem and I actually had continuity and it said I had voltage, but I still couldn't get the test lead to light up, it's because there's not enough amperage coming through the line. You can have one little bitty strand of wire and that'll show continuity and show 12 volts if you test it. But that one little strand of wire is probably not going to light up, especially an incandescent light bulb in that old test light. So what I'm going to do now is put one of these splices that I don't have with me, right here. I'm going to put one of these waterproof heat shrink metal splices in over here. And then now I cut way too much, it looks like. I'm going to run that the length of this wire up until this area where my original cut is. Okay, right blinker is on. I have the new green power wire just wired together. I don't have it crimped or anything yet. Ta-da! We have blinkers, so that means I have continuity and damperage. Now I can take these connections apart and do some waterproof crimps. Shorten this wire up a little bit. It's probably about 2 feet longer than it needs to be. It's always better to have it a little long than a little bit too short. And then I should have the wiring done. Finally finished my friend's trailer. Now if I just finish remedial English, I'll be set. So, originally this was a 6 foot wide by 10 foot long trailer. It's still 6 foot wide, but I lopped off the back 2 feet. And what I did to do that was I left the rear section of the trailer with a little bit of meat on it, lopped off the 2 foot center section, and therefore I still have the fairly heavy duty rounded steel bumper and the appropriate 2x4 mounting brackets. The gate's a little janky. It's the best I could come up with for the time being. I'm going to see if they have some little trailer ramps, or if I just need to donate a set, because I've got a couple sets of aluminum trailer ramps that are good enough for a large lawnmower, but not much bigger than that, so nothing I really need. I need to go grab those. So all I did to stain this was use copper green wood sealer. I put a different set of rims and tires on. I had these already. The tires are almost new, although they're like 8 or 10 years old. They don't lose any air pressure. The tires that were on it were losing air pressure all the time, so that wasn't any good. Put new lug nuts on it. That's why they're all new and shiny looking. Repacked the wheel bearings. They were actually in really good shape. Just one of the wheel bearing buddies was missing. One of them was a little bit dirty on the outside, but there was enough grease in it that kept the trailer in good shape. I was running all brand new wiring, and for whatever reason, I could not keep the right turn signal wire functioning. I completely redid it, ran a new green wire, tested everything, crimped it all together, and then it quit working again. So I don't know what I did wrong. I must have broke it somewhere. I must have screwed up the wire when I crimped it, even though it seemed like I had power at both crimps, which, excuse me, the first crimp, not the back crimp where the wiring goes together. So I don't know what I did wrong. Not sure. I'm sure it's my fault. Got a brand new trailer jack on it. This is a lot heavier than I wish it was, because it's for an elderly couple, but I got to thinking about it. They need a trailer this big. This is about as nice as I can make it without spending a ridiculous amount of money, and it's still not going to be that much lighter, even if I did expanded metal or whatever. This will be good for their needs. I talked to them about it a little bit before I put it all together. This is pretty much what they want. They're going to be happy with it. And realistically, they're going to drop the trailer in one spot and they're going to back the truck up to it and shimmy it around by hand, or like my old buddy used to move an equipment trailer by hand, because he's stubborn. He used a 6 foot breaker bar and just moved it over 1 inch at a time. And I don't want to know how many Saturday mornings and afternoons he spent moving a single axle equipment trailer 90 to 180 degrees around, because he doesn't have a truck or a lawnmower or a tractor or anything to move it by hand. Excuse me, to move it mechanically, and he had to do it by hand. So anyway, I'm trading this trailer for said single axle equipment trailer. Planning on bringing it home today. This is a 2-inch ball, and I have a 2 5/16 hitch with me, because the equipment trailer is a 2 5/16 ball. It's super heavy duty. Got big old super fat 16.5 wheels on it, 8 lug axle. I don't remember any more specifics than that, other than it's really faded, crappy Caterpillar yellow looking paint, and I'm probably going to paint it military green. So I'm going to check the oil and fluids and the tires on this truck because I haven't driven it lately. Just good preventative stuff. So this is the beast. It's actually not a factory-made equipment trailer. It's built as heavy as an equipment trailer, but it's actually made at home about 35 years ago, from what my friend was telling me. Made out of a motorhome chassis. It is a tilt deck. I didn't remember if it was or not. This decoration out of the way. Oh, they turn. See how these work. He didn't show me when I was at the place. We'll mess with it in a little bit. There's two of those. So it is a tilt deck. It's his own design of a tilt deck. He briefly described it to me as how he wrapped it around the axle and how you lubricate it and all that stuff. And it's a little bit slow, but it works. Once I tear everything down and check the wheel bearings and do this and do that, replace the tires on it, I'll get some better videoing of that because it's a little bit intricate from the sounds of it. Giant, meaty 16.5 tires that barely fit under the fenders. Hopefully this is, I don't see any suspension. Yeah, pretty much not existent. So that's why it was a little bit bouncy. It wasn't a bad ride by any means. It towed pretty well, all things considered, especially since these tires hadn't been moved in ages. But as you can see, this is homemade and different. We'll say different. It's not bad. It's pretty solid. Even the wood doesn't look rotten yet. These angle irons, they're stout. This I metal, or is this C channel? No, this C channel. This C channel, that's thick. That's heavy duty. I mean, everything about this thing is heavy duty. Even the fenders, I could stand on them, he told me. I'm not going to do this very often. I actually could stand on this. Oh man. That don't even budge. Yeah, that's 10 gauge metal, he said, if not thicker. It's pretty thick. It doesn't even begin to move. So yeah, you're actually not going to bottom out at all, so it doesn't matter how big the tire is. It's wider than the fender, so you can't really see it from there. The sunlight's not where it needs to be. The trailer lights actually work. One of the bulbs is bad because it works sometimes. When I was bouncing through his yard, he said the brake lights worked a few times. These tires are absolutely massive. This plywood is coming off immediately, but it's not bad. I was honestly expecting this to be a full-fledged equipment trailer. I forgot it was only 5 feet wide. That is, it's nice because it's not a real wide track, but at the same time it does limit you on what you can haul with it, which everything I have that I would haul in this would fit in it, so it's not a big deal to me. My Kubota, my roll pack roller, and a couple odds and ends would roll in it just fine. But I'm probably just going to go ahead and keep this and doll it up and paint it military green. I think that would look really nice. I do some accent colors, not sure yet. So, got it home, no hiccups, no problems. Tires have been holding air perfect. He didn't even air the tires up. We checked the lighting before we left, worked fine, other than the left turn signal, or left brake, I guess. Anyway, this works. It's really slow, but it does work just fine, and has a definitive stop to it. I'm not going to go any further than that. There's no reason to force it. 2 5/16 ball. It weighs 1,550 pounds when sitting down on the jack and disconnected from the truck. And when I hooked it back up to the truck on the scale, it was 1,350, with the truck obviously off of the scale completely. So there's roughly 200 pounds of tongue weight. It's really heavy. I'm gonna get all new wood done on it. I'm gonna only go about this high as well. I don't need to go any higher than this, really. I don't think. Might make some larger ones to go on top. Just, like make 2 sets of stakes perhaps, and then if I wanted a bigger set, just stick them on there, but who knows. And it doesn't even look, really mossy, moldy, dirty. They might even pressure wash this a while back, because, we kind of get moss and mold and crud around here fairly regularly. It don't look like they pressure washed it. None of it looks pressure washed, but none of it looks bad either. Yeah, the wheels still got dust all over them, dirt all over them. So yeah, it was actually in the perfect spot. It didn't collect a whole bunch of garbage. So yeah, I'm happy with it. It's pretty neat. And I will probably just end this video here and do a full update video on this later on down the road when I go through it and make sure everything works, see how the bed tilts, and loading the tractor on it. If I make a set of ramps for it, I'm gonna get a better set of ramps than what I've got right now, because I've only got one piece of one of a set of really heavy equipment ramps. Somebody needed the other one more than I did. I don't know why they wouldn't take both, but whatever. Well, it seems in my multitude of acreage of grass cutting, I lost my coffee cup. So, it's time to go for a little drive around the yard and try to locate it. Keep an eye out, it's gray with a black lid. This can't possibly be an excuse to drive the Ford around. No, no way. I wouldn't waste gas like that. I hope my nose doesn't bump the screen and turn this video off. Oh no, I wasn't talking to you. Ignore what I just said. That's twice now I cut this grass here. I cut it once really, really tall as the mower would go, and the moles came back by the time I got back, and it dried out some, and I cut it a little bit lighter, although not that much lighter. Lower. Cut it a little shorter. Hey, love. Is that it? Nope. Thought I saw it, that block of wood there. Nope, that's grass. Huh. Darn. Nope, ain't looking like it. That sucks. Okay, got one more spot to check. Oh good, I did run over the mole hole. Probably going to scare the quail away. They were right over here munching away, but they're flighty and they come back right away, so that's fine. I didn't have it in the front yard because I knew I dropped it once and stuck it back in the same cup holder. Whoop, my poor cat. No, that's a turkey. I was going to say my cat's all the way up here, but let's get rid of the four-wheel drive. Go away, turkey. I don't really care if the turkeys are around, but Mom hates them, and then they crap on everything. So just like the birds crap on my door handle or door panel when I left the window down. She's already coming back. She don't care. I can truthfully say no animals were hurt in the making of this. Oh, I wonder if it bounced. No, I would have seen it. I only drove straight forward up that line of grass, and then I backed up over it a little bit at a time, so I would have seen it if it was on the road. If I lost it completely, I'm going to be impressed with myself. I may have to walk this section because I cut it going counterclockwise, or excuse me, I cut this going clockwise, so there's a potential it bounced out into the grass and I'm not going to be able to see it. Well, once more around through the middle, and then I guess I'm going to have to hoof it. Good thing I put my boots on. Check around the big old giant bush thing. Don't really know what this is. There it is! Yippee! I figured it was over here, but I wasn't sure. Because about halfway through cutting today, I started this last. Halfway through cutting everything over here, I noticed there was a bug in it, and it's got plenty of coffee that ran out of it and then got covered in grass. So I just spilled it, and you know, I drank one sip out of it the first time I dropped it because it just had a little bit of grass on it. I figured if it was good enough for King Nebuchadnezzar for 7 years, I figured I could eat a little bit of grass. The organic kind, not the psychedelic stuff. Come on. Hey, cereal. Wow. Oh my gosh. Crap. Okay, so I was gonna make a joke. This is the point in the video I was gonna make it go roo 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 roo, and then cut to my filling the fuel tank up joke that I did on another video. But I think since I left the power switch off and it popped, more than likely this ground is not on as good as it should be, or I made a boo-boo trying to be funny again. I mean, God forbid I actually fix this. If it doesn't start now, I might have to cut this video short. Crap. Well. Alright, good. So I guess it was just a bad connection on the battery. So I'm going to set this camera down for 1 second. Yay! Okay, so I guess it was just a bad connection on the battery, and then when I redid it, I didn't have it good enough. So maybe it's a little bit corroded or who knows what. Or you just need to fix your wires. Hey, don't tell me what to do. Sorry, buddy. I was hoping to do a one-wheel peel, but I've already threw it back in four-wheel. Anyway, that's my shenanigans for the day. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this up back here. I got this a little bit cleaned up, even though it don't look like it. Mom might have room. Nah, Mom ain't going to have no room to walk around that. There, now she'll be happy. Just as long as she can feed the birds. Alright, before I cause myself any more work and frustration on a Sunday evening, I'm going to go clean up and sit down to supper. And I tore the master cylinder out of the Mercury the other day. Had the bug to replace it. I got the new master cylinder in on Friday. I just didn't do it this weekend. I tried like heck to figure out what in the heck this car or this master cylinder came out of. Like every Ford from 62 to 70-ish that I looked at, they had increasingly similar brake boosters, but none of them looked exact. None of them mounted up exact. And I was like, well, I don't want to just take a chance on a oddball master cylinder. These are almost new. I put liquid nails around it to keep it from breaking like the last set did. And that was obviously a fail. They didn't stay at all. Anyway, long story short, the master cylinder on the Mercury is a Corvette style master cylinder because it's aftermarket. So I ordered a 79 style Corvette master cylinder, an actual Corvette master cylinder and not an aftermarket style Corvette or Corvette style master cylinder. It's actually for a Corvette. It's made by AC Delco. It was like 60 bucks on Amazon. I figured that might be better than a Chinese no-name, but not sure. Here's to hoping. These I might have finally found a use for. That's going to be coming down the pipe, long ways down the pipe. However, I think I might use these as side pipes on the Mercury. Not that Mercury. No. It's going to be for the 66 Montclair. It's going to go on the side of this 66 Montclair. And the reason I'm going to put them on the sides, even though they're gargantuan and look kind of dumb in a sense, is because I don't know for sure if I'm going to do a four-wheel drive frame under here because this is a unibody car. I was hoping it was a full frame car. It's not. Excuse me. So I've had several people tell me that I should just do, since it's coil sprung and leaf in the rear, I think, I should just do Super Duty 05 plus axles and call it good. That'd be the easiest, newest, modern stuff that'll bolt in pretty easy. I don't know if I'm having allergy problems or I'm just getting a stuffy nose. It's getting harder and harder to talk and keep the voice level and legible. Anyway, I'm going to call that good for today, and I will probably do another video next weekend. God willing, I'll have my new truck home. Maybe something else to video too. Probably not a Ford, but possibly. And I'll keep working the bugs out on this truck. It's a good yard truck. At this point, it's not running. I mean, it will run, but it won't stay running unless I have my foot on the throttle. So it's pretty much not good at this point. And it's smoking like a freight train with no power at all. So right now, this truck's dead in the water. That's not a good thing. It needs to be running and useful because that's the only other four-wheel drive I have than the 89. And the 89, I don't really like how it's I mean, it runs and starts and drives just fine, but the clutch system is funky. I might have it misadjusted. It's been sitting for a couple of years on and off, so there's a lot wrong with it. I don't really want to use it as a farm truck, and also the steering, the turning radius on that truck sucks. This truck is a lot shorter, so it turns better, but it still sucks. That truck sucks even worse. So, anyway, that's my update for the week. Ladies and gentlemen, never underestimate maintenance and new bushings. Let me do that again. I just lubricated the hinge, the handle assembly, and didn't have something with me to dig this crap out of the thing, but I figured, hey, it'll just hold the lubricant longer till I get it cleaned out. Lubed both of these up. Put a new plastic bushing in here. Can't hardly see it. Yeah, I put the new bushing on this side, greased it up because it didn't want to go on at first. Now, these pieces, I think they're missing a stiff plastic piece bushing. And the tailgate is a little wiggly when it's latched. But, did that latch? No, it didn't. Okay, so that side didn't latch as quick. This side did, but seriously. One thumb. Yeah. Will the pinky do it? Oh, look at that. I have never in my life opened a Ford tailgate, or any tailgate for that matter, with my pinky. Ow, that hurt. Don't do that. Okay, one more time. I rest my case. You all have a fine Memorial Day, by the way, since it's the Sunday before Memorial Day. Take care.